What's up, friends and fellow collectors? Welcome back to the channel. Today in the house, I have Kotobukiya's Magneto Fine Art Statue to take a look at. Let's get to this. Welcome back, my friends, to another statue unboxing. Today I have a 1/6 scale statue from Kotobukiya. This is part of the fine art line, and this is Magneto of the X-Men. Funny enough, when I first started collecting about 5 years ago, this is what I wanted to get into, the fine art Kotobukiya line. It was, they're made of a polystone, so they're not one of their vinyl statues or one of the plastic statues. So it's a little more up there in quality, at least what I thought back then. And they had a wealth of different X-Men characters, all sculpted by one of my favorite sculptors, Eric Sosa. The problem was at the time that a lot of them had been out, and some of them were fetching some big money. So like trying to get Wolverine, or maybe like that Cyclops with Colossus. Very difficult statues to get for a entry-level price that they were asking for some of the ones that were still on retail price, right? So like these statues initially when they came out were running right around $280 roughly, in that range. And now it's been close to 5 years. We got a Magneto statue in that scale and it's running around $380. So it's gone up to about $100. But on the flip side, like if you were buying it on the eBay or Mercari or something like that, some of these guys, one guy was asking close to $1,000 for that Wolverine statue, and I couldn't pull the trigger on it. So that's how I ended up going into quarter scale and fifth scale statues, was just couldn't get into this. But I liked that they were easier to display and they looked cool. They were very dynamic and they made all the different characters, so that was always awesome to see. So full disclosure, this statue here was given to me by Kotobukiya. I did not buy this statue. They hit me up and they asked me if I wanted to take a look at it. I said that as long as you let me be honest about it, I'm good. He was cool with that, but they just wanted me to make sure that I opened it up and make sure that nothing was broken before I go into this video. So I have already popped it open to see that everything was in shape. So that way, at least there, they wouldn't have any faults. But they said I could be as honest as I want to be as far as the review goes and let you guys know what I think about this if I was to pay for it, how I feel about it. So that's what you're going to get in this video. This is the box right here. Also, if you do want to get this, there are links below for you guys to get to Kotobukiya and the different retailers where you can buy this statue if you want to get it. None of them are affiliate links. You can use them at your free will if you want to, and you're able to go ahead and pick yourself up one of these statues. So let's take a look at this box. It's pretty neat. It's actually a very big box for a 6 scale. I was surprised to see the size of it. So you got Magneto there on the front, and you have like this mix between matte and gloss. And you can see there's kind of like a silhouette here of Magneto, and then it says X-Men and Magneto all in with the X-Men logo there. And you can see that it kind of reflects, which is cool. On the side, you got another image of Magneto. On the back is the way it looks. That's the way the statue is going to look. And then you have this on the side here. So it's a really nice purple looking box to go along with Magneto. And then when you get it, you're also given these instructions to help you assemble the statue. I don't think it's going to be a very complicated statue to assemble, although these metal parts I want to take and put in place, so we'll probably use it for that, but everything else seems to be fairly easy. So let's get to it. All right, let's break out the Lazy Susan. Been a minute since I've done a statue unboxing, so I'm kind of hyped. So really cool. It's got like a metallic purple going on the base bottom. I'll give you guys some close-ups of that when I go to do the the close-ups, that part of it. And then you got a metallic, metal-looking base. Everything looks mangled and all that, like it's been warped from his abilities. On the bottom of the base, it will look like this, except you'll get a number. It looks like there's only 1,300 of these made. So that's cool. This one's a promo piece. There it goes, like that. So the missiles are being flown all kinds of different directions. All right. The body's dope, man. The details and everything. So it's got like these metallic boots, and then you got like matted areas. See that? I mean, really nice details. All right, so there's a slot right here in the very front. So I guess this is the front. And we're gonna put it in like that. the keys right up like that, so it looks like he's floating. Cape is light material, so you don't got to worry about it weighing down on the statue. And then the head looks like a key's right in at the very front. You can see right there. So it's got the key in for that, and then the key at the bottom, and that's just gonna pop in right in here. And it looks like there's another slot in the back of the cape where it keys in on the base. There we go. Okay. I don't think you really need that key in there, but they have a key there for it to lock it into place. Last step is the head. That looks pretty good. Check out the portrait. The mask does look like it's a little bit rocked to the one direction. Like it doesn't sit centered on his face. You can see like it's covering part of his teeth on this side more than it is on the other. But I like the gloss on it. The paint's nice. It's got a real nice paint job. I like the way that looks. Oh, and this is flexible. So you might be able, it might be that. It might be because it was in transit that, you know, that it kind of warps a little bit. So you can take and probably heat it up and pull back on this just a touch to make it look a little more, more centered. So may do that. All right. Let's see. It's gonna go in like that. So here it is, the 1/6 scale Magneto, looking really good. There is one little part here that I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, you know, I think it could be the way it's supposed to be because it looks like it's sitting all the way in, but maybe I need to try to see if I can push it in better, is where the cape lands here on the body. Which usually is an issue with a lot of these statues with capes, is that when they key in, they don't key in, you know, all the way down. So I have to check that. But anyway, let's talk about the size of this thing. This statue is standing 18 and a half inches tall, almost 19 at the fingertips here. All right. It is a pretty deep statue, 16 inches deep, a little, you know, 16 and a quarter inches deep because of the way that the cape is. So it kind of flows in like that. And width is not too bad. It's about 11 inches wide. So it could definitely probably get into a DTOF, but you may have some height issues. I don't know. If you adjust the shelf, it might work. Depth is really your problem. It's a very deep statue for the size, especially with this. I wonder if this was to, is anything keyed into that? I think if you took this part out, of course you'd be left with that block right there. It would definitely bring it down in size, but this kind of extends it out. And actually the hands are almost level with it, so it's not really gonna save you anything by doing that. So what are my thoughts on the statue? It looks really cool. I like how the composition is with Magneto looking like he's floating above this whole thing, and you got the, you know, the dismembered or mangled up metal, which looks really dope, and I like the metallic colors, which look cool. I like that they included the missiles. So this kind of has like an incorporation of a couple different statues that I've seen before. The XM Studios white Magneto had the missiles. You know, they had that one missile that it was stopping, which looked dope. And then, you know, you had the Sideshow one that had all of that mangled metal from the Sentinel, which is pretty neat. This just looks like mangled metal. Doesn't look like a Sentinel. I don't see anything here that reads Sentinel, but it just looks like a bunch of metal that's been destroyed and all dismembered and everything. You got, like, you know, rebar that looks like it's showing there. I like that the missiles are flying in different directions, so it kind of looks like, you know, they lost their trajectory and he's controlling all of that and they're whipping around him. So that's kind of a cool idea. Magneto himself, I think, stands out a lot from it because, you know, you're going to be displaying it like that, and then his color, it really, really pops against these purples and metallic colors that they have going on in the lower base, which is neat. So I think that is well done. You got lots of cool sculpts, like the boots have details here on the back side of the boot, things that they didn't really need to incorporate or that are really shown in the comics. The comics don't really show stuff like that. They kind of just have those smooth boots. So I think it's neat the way they did that. You got stitching all in the suit, which looks cool, and I like the folds that they did in the suit. The anatomy of the body is really formed. He looks muscular. So, you know, very Jim Lee look for the X-Men. You know, so it has that 1990s version of the of Magneto here, which is neat. Some things that I like that they added in was like you got like this knee pad section, and there's like this ribbing on the back, which looks cool. Same thing here on the elbows, they added that there too. And I like the separation, not only in like texture, but in like the color. You got like metallics for like the purples, you got some mattes here for the reds, which looks great. The red helmet is very, very shiny, so it gives you that idea of metal, which looks really good. And then I like the face. He looks, you know, like the Magneto from the comics. So I think they did a great job in executing the design and the look and the colors. So for that, I think it's good. The assembly, super easy. I like how Magneto keys in, which is great. The only two things that I would say that you might notice here, especially for you guys that are sticklers for this stuff, is that there does seem to be some gaps when connecting certain pieces. Like this piece here has a noticeable gap that goes around the metal. Now that can be hidden, especially it's hidden because when you're looking at it, it's dead on, so you really don't see that line. But you know, when you're seeing it from the side here, you can see a noticeable gap going right around this metal piece here. And then up here in the cape, again, you don't see it when you're looking at him dead on, but if you look at it from the side, this clasp, or the part that goes around the shoulders here, it rests above his chest. So I don't know if that's supposed to rest down. I don't think I can get it down any further than it is. But I maybe need to mess with the cape a little bit to try to see if I can get it to press in a little bit more. That's it as far as like assembly goes. Everything else, because the body came in one piece and the way they key in on the head, it all looks like one statue. So I think for that, they did a very nice job. It's a really good looking X-Men statue, especially if you want to add a Magneto and you're into the 6-scale collecting and you already have the fine art statues. This is a really nice addition, in my opinion. And I think the price point's not bad. $380. It's only gone up about $100 in the last 5 years that I've been seeing these fine art statues retail. So for everything that you get here, this size of statue and all of the texturing and the paint and the way that they did the work here, I think the $380 is a reasonable price point. And that's it, guys. That's my thoughts on this awesome looking Magneto statue. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below. And until next time, keep it marvelous.